Your glow up is exposing their jealousy. They smiled when you were broken. They celebrated your confusion. They tolerated you when you were quiet, unsure, and lost. But now that you're glowing, now that your spirit is settled, your confidence is rising, and your wisdom is clear, the energy has shifted, and they can't hide it. They're uncomfortable, not because you've done them wrong, but because your glow up is revealing something they didn't want to confront. And that something is their jealousy. The way they look at you now, it's different. The compliments feel forced. The support feels fake. And the silence, that speaks louder than any words ever could. You thought your glow up would bring celebration. You thought people would clap for your healing. You thought they'd be proud to see you win. But instead, you're met with bitterness, with envy, with withdrawal. You didn't expect your light to expose their darkness, but that's exactly what's happening. You see, some people only loved you when you were losing. They were comfortable when you were beneath them. Comfortable when you needed them. Comfortable when you played small. Because back then, they felt safe. They felt superior. They felt in control. But the moment you started rising, the moment you started reclaiming your power, everything changed. And it's not just your clothes, or your money, or your glow up on the outside. It's the inner shift. The one that says, I know who I am now. The one that says, I won't settle anymore. The one that says, I'm not apologizing for my greatness. That's what's shaking them. That's what's exposing their jealousy. Because here's what most people won't admit. They were okay with you healing, just as long as it didn't outshine them. They were fine with you growing, just as long as you didn't grow faster. They were cool with you elevating, just as long as you didn't pass them by. But you did. And not because you were competing, not because you were trying to prove anything. You were just doing the work. You were being faithful. You were showing up for yourself. And now the results are showing. The glow is undeniable. The energy is different. And the truth is, your glow up is unsettling people who chose to stay the same. You can feel it in the room now. The way they shift when you walk in. The way they go quiet when you speak. The side eyes. The snide comments. The backhanded compliments. You didn't become arrogant. You became aware, and now you're seeing things clearly. They never wanted you to believe in yourself this much. They never wanted you to heal this deeply. They never expected you to survive the storm, much less come out of it stronger, wiser, and more focused than ever. But you did. And now every step you take forward reminds them of what they're not doing. Every success you celebrate reminds them of the dreams they abandoned. It's not your fault they're triggered, but your glow up is pulling back the veil. And do you know what's underneath advancing man, advancing woman? Jealousy. Let's talk about the way they try to mask it. Because most jealous people won't say it out loud. They won't admit, I'm envious of your growth. Instead, they'll mock your new habits. They'll question your decisions. They'll minimize your accomplishments. They'll say things like, you've changed, like that's a bad thing. But here's the truth. You have changed. And thank God you did. Because if you had stayed the same just to make them comfortable, you'd have missed your breakthrough. Advancing man, advancing woman, you didn't come this far to keep shrinking. You didn't do all this work to stay quiet and keep your head down. You're allowed to rise. You're allowed to glow. You're allowed to outgrow who you used to be. And you're allowed to shine, even when it makes people uncomfortable. Because your glow up, it wasn't handed to you. It was earned through tears, through heartbreak, through isolation, through deep self-reflection, through pain they didn't see and prayers they didn't hear. They see the glow, but they don't see the process. They don't know how many times you almost gave up, how many nights you had to encourage yourself, how many people you had to walk away from just to protect your peace. And now that you've stepped into your power, they can't stand to watch it. Not because it's wrong, but because it reminds them of the power they haven't claimed for themselves. So here you are, walking in peace, breathing with clarity, thinking for yourself, loving yourself, and growing in silence. You're not even trying to impress anyone. You're just being your authentic self. And that alone is making people jealous. They don't know what to do with someone like you who doesn't need their validation. They don't know how to handle someone who stopped asking for permission. You see, they're used to being in control. They're used to being needed. But you don't need them anymore. You're grateful. You're respectful. But you're no longer dependent. And that, chosen one, is why the energy has shifted. That's why your glow up is exposing the people who never really had your back. It's not about showing off. It's not about being better than anyone. It's about finally becoming the version of yourself that you always knew existed. The version you used to hide. The version you used to doubt. The version they used to overlook. You stopped hiding. You stopped waiting for the right time. You stopped asking for someone to choose you, and you chose yourself. And now, everything about you is radiating. Your spirit is speaking before you even say a word. Your presence enters the room with power. Your smile doesn't need permission. Your glow up is real. It's visible. And it's powerful. And if it's exposing their jealousy, so be it. Let's talk about what comes next. Because once your glow up starts shaking people, you'll begin to notice something else. Distance. People you thought would always be in your corner suddenly start disappearing. They stop reaching out. They stop checking in. Not because you've changed in a bad way, but because they can't stand seeing you rise without them. They feel left behind. And instead of using your glow up as motivation, they use it as an excuse to fall back. I've seen this in my own life. But don't chase after them. Don't beg for their presence. Your elevation is creating separation. And that's not a bad thing. It's divine alignment. Sometimes God will clear the room when He's preparing you for the next chapter. Your glow up is too powerful to be surrounded by small minds, too sacred to be handled with insecure hands. So if people are falling away during this season, let them go. You may feel lonely for a moment. You may grieve the version of you that used to fit in. But you didn't come this far to turn back. And guess what? You're not alone. You're in the presence of peace now, of clarity, of purpose. You're walking with the Most High. You've got divine support. So even if people fall away, you're covered. And here's the real shift. You're no longer fueled by external praise. You're not waiting for applause. You're not looking for validation. Because your glow up isn't performative. It's rooted. It's spiritual. It's soul deep. Soul deep. You shine now because you've been through the fire. You shine because you faced the mirror and did the work. You shine because you're finally free from the chains of people pleasing, insecurity, and fear. That's what they're really jealous of. Not the car, not the home, not the new opportunities. They're jealous of your freedom, your peace, your light. And that's the thing about real glow ups. They're quiet. They don't come with grand announcements. They happen in silence, in solitude, in surrender. They happen when no one's watching. When you're sitting in your pain, asking the Almighty for clarity. When you're learning how to love yourself again after betrayal. When you're rebuilding piece by piece with nobody clapping for you. But now the results are visible. Now your peace is evident. Now your growth can be denied. And the people who ignored your process are watching the product. They're confused, even though they shouldn't be. Because anyone who knew your heart should have known that this glow was coming. Let's pause and speak directly to your spirit. You are not wrong for shining. You are not wrong for growing. You are not wrong for stepping into everything you were created to be. And if that makes people jealous, it's a reflection of them, not you. Keep showing up anyway. Keep advancing anyway. Keep glowing anyway. Don't let their silence dim your joy. Don't let their distance disturb your peace. Don't let their jealousy infect your energy. Protect what you've built. Guard your mind. Guard your heart. Not everyone can handle the version of you that's healed, that's focused, that's free. And that's okay. Because the people who are meant for you, they'll celebrate your glow. They'll admire your discipline. They'll cheer for your peace. They won't compete. They'll clap. They won't question your blessings. They'll praise God for them. They'll be thankful. So don't waste your time trying to convince the wrong people to clap for the right things. Let the jealous watch. Let the bitter lurk. Let the envious talk. Their words can't stop your walk. Their opinions can't block your purpose. Their energy, it cannot dim your divine light. You're on a different level now, a different frequency, a different path. And it shows. Your glow is too loud to be ignored, too real to be faked, too rooted to be shaken. And as a word for those of you who may be struggling with this transition, maybe you feel guilt about your glow up. Maybe you feel like you're leaving people behind. Maybe you still care about the ones who've changed on you. That's understandable. That's human. But let me remind you, your growth is not betrayal. Your healing is not rejection. Your success is not abandonment. You gave people the chance to grow with you, and they chose not to. You extended love, you offered grace, but your journey required elevation, and not everyone is willing to pay the price for that. So don't carry guilt for choosing yourself, for healing, for becoming who you were meant to be. That's not selfish, that's sacred. And if you ever doubt your path, I want you to remember this. You are not shining by accident. You didn't stumble into this glow. This is what alignment looks like. This is what obedience looks like. This is what divine timing looks like. You're right where you're supposed to be. So keep glowing, keep rising, keep showing the world what it looks like to grow with grace, to yield with honesty, to walk with power, to love yourself unapologetically. And if your glow up exposes their jealousy, so be it. That's not your battle to fight. Your only job is to keep advancing, keep protecting your peace, keep moving in purpose. You don't owe explanations. You don't owe apologies. You don't owe your energy to anyone who resents your evolution. You owe yourself peace. How about that? You owe yourself joy. You owe yourself freedom. And you owe the Most High your yes, your surrender, your gratitude. So walk tall, smile freely, shine boldly. You didn't go through everything you went through to stay in hiding. You didn't survive just to play small. You're here now, in your moment, in your light, and it looks good on you. If you made it to the end of this message and this spoke to your soul, drop a comment and say, I earned this glow. Or type, my light is divine and I won't dim it for anyone. Make your presence known. Let the world know you're not going back. You're not shrinking. You're not apologizing. You're growing. You're glowing. And you're advancing. Oh yes, it was an honor and a privilege to speak with you, the advancing king or queen that you are. Always an honor and a privilege as we're here in nature. The breeze is blowing, the sun is shining. It's beautiful out here in nature. And I send you good vibes. Thank you so much for your support of this advancing channel. You are valued and you are appreciated. My name is Mantius. Thank you for watching. I look forward. Hey, like the video. Give the video a thumbs up, like, share, comment, and so on. My name is Mantius. One love. God bless and all the best.